Hello, friends. My name is Claire, and I am going to be doing an apartment in The Sims 4. So, when I was coming up with ideas for this apartment, my first idea was a rundown apartment, and you can kind of see that still with the wallpaper I chose. Then I decided maybe I shouldn't do a rundown apartment. Maybe I should do an old apartment. That's kind of where the tile in the kitchen came from. And then I decided that this roommate, or there would be roommates in this apartment, and that they would all kind of be like bros. And I know that's not really like a style, but I was just kind of like designing this apartment for a bunch of bros who are about university age. Maybe one of them has graduated, and then the other two are still like living off campus or taking a break through the summer, and they needed a place to stay. But hey, they had a friend in their science class, and so they're letting he's letting them crash in their apartment. So that's kind of a backstory I came up with. You can obviously change it or have somebody completely different living in this apartment, but I was kind of designing this apartment for a sim or sims who are slobs. And so we are now in the living room. I wanted the main focus to be pointing towards the TV. I do have I have both gaming consoles from the city living pack, and I was just kind of thinking, oh, maybe since there's three roommates, maybe both of them had gaming consoles, and so they have both of their gaming consoles here on the TV or the living room. And I wasn't sure at this point if I wanted to have two Sims or three Sims, so you can see I am just going to be placing down two chairs in a minute. Just needed to extend the kitchen first, and I wanted this house or this apartment to feel very eclectic, like most of this furniture the roommates got at the not thrift sale, the flea market. That is a event here in the world of city living, and so I wanted everything to kind of feel a little mismatched, not really temporary, since this is just kind of like a temporary living situation for these Sims during the summer. And so we are just going to be adding a few musical instruments around and a lot of gaming posters, and I just felt like it helped with like the broness to have a whole bunch of like gaming posters. I should probably clarify, I do not have brothers. I currently not in a relationship. My cousins live across the country or don't talk to me, and so we are just kind of going off of interpretation here. And so again, I was kind of mainly thinking that these would be not snobs, slobs that live here, and this is a Sims trait that you can give your Sims. You can also give your Sims lazy trait, and so that just kind of helps with their moods and their willingness to clean up after themselves. And so I was kind of going for that, like those like interests of the Sims. And now we are in the first bedroom, and I was imagining that this would be the bedroom for the sim that pays the most rent. And I kept it very simple, like with like the furnishings, but I did add a lot of posters, a lot of like interest in that regard, because I feel like that would be easy for your sims to like take with them, since this is a temporary rental. And so we are just going to be adding a little TV for this sim in here, since there is only one TV in the living room. Maybe their favorite show's on, but their roommate is really deep in a video game, and so they had to come in here to watch their TV off of a TV they got off of in the flea market. And here is just the beginning of the posters I'm going to be adding. I did also add this cool like locker bookshelf in this room, and I felt like that was just kind of cool, just another like way to fill in some space. Again, all these sims I designed for are either graduated or taking a summer break or living off campus. I guess you can't really take a summer break in The Sims, but we are just going to be adding some more posters here. I wanted to add a little collage above the bed, and so I add this one from the high school years pack, and then I add some other items from the Discover University pack, and so we are just going to be adding a few more things around in this room. I was really trying to make this seem really lived in, very like gamer inspired, and so we are just going to be adding a rug in here and just kind of finishing up this area of the apartment. It is the one closest to the bathroom, so that's kind of why I decided it would be the one for this bedroom would be the one for the person that pays the most rent. And so we are just going to be adding a little bit of mess again. Lazy Sims living in this apartment, and so I felt like just having a little mess would be appropriate. And I was thinking that llama would be like a mascot of a sports team. You can see in the living room that there is a rug with that same llama. I know it's like technically a high school sports team, but I still wanted to think it's more of like the major league sports team. And so we are just going to be adding a little calendar collage with some movie tickets or some concert tickets. I felt like maybe that was something that the Sims in this apartment were like looking forward to, and so they like pinned it up on like the community calendar. And so we are just going to be finishing off this bedroom and going to be heading into the hallway real quick to be adding some more decorations onto this front entryway, and then we're going to be adding a large picture on the other side of the entryway to the apartment. And I wasn't really sure who would be like funding most of this like not poster artwork in here. I didn't really want to keep it like fine artwork because again, temporary apartment living situation. So, and these are also freshly out of university Sims I'm designing for. So they probably wouldn't have the money for fine artwork. They probably have the money for posters, and so maybe that poster at the entryway they got at the flea market. And I did want to keep some things realistic in here, so I did add the laundry into the one and only bathroom, which we are in now. And we are just going to be quickly going through the space. And I did have to go back to the first bedroom to add a laundry basket. So there is a laundry basket in each room. And so we are just going to be adding some artwork in here. This is probably one of the more like fine artwork pieces that they got at the thrift store. And so we are just going to be adding some posters into this little hallway. I do add a little tall plant in the corner by the industrial art piece, and we are just going to be adding some more posters. Going to be adding a curtain above the window. I did keep the windows in the same locations as they were before. I did just raise them up slightly so there wouldn't be any clipping with the counters in the kitchen. And now we are in the second bedroom of the apartment. I was originally thinking that maybe that this would just be like a one bedroom house, and then this would be a one bedroom apartment, and that this area would be more of a workspace slash gym room because again the bros. But I do make this into a bedroom for two Sims who would obviously not be the higher Sim because they have to, or not the higher Sim, the Sim that pays more rent because they have to share a bedroom. And so we are just going to be adding two different laundry baskets just to kind of two different laundry baskets just to be giving some different personality into this room, although only one of those laundry baskets will work. And so we are just going to be adding some side tables and wanting to keep everything a little mismatched. One for the personality, two because they are poor college students or university students who don't have enough money to buy a side table. This is bedding from the Discover University pack, and so I don't know if they just took the bed and the dresser with them when they left university, but I did realize that when I was editing the video, like maybe they want something different than what they've been seeing for the past who knows how long when they've been at university. But maybe these Sims are still in school, and so this is just kind of like the dorm room area. And I mean, these dressers are pretty nice with them being really tall and skinny, and so we are just going to be adding a book bag for the one sim that's going to university still, or maybe the other two sims just have their backpacks out there, but this sim always forgets their backpack, and so they had to put it by the front entryway table. I do put some sports equipment out here in the entryway. I put some sports balls underneath the little table, and so we are just back into the second bedroom. I'm going to be adding a mirror. We are getting close to the end of the video, so if you enjoyed watching, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I post new videos every single Tuesday, and if you want to play in this apartment, all the information will be down in the description. I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!